Hey sis, Merry Christmas. So I have a few memories that I want to talk about, some of my favorite things. So first of all, lots and lots of memories of growing up with you, and obviously you teaching me to read and teaching me to write, which is why our handwriting is exactly the same. Tons of family trips and going to Oceanside and just a lot of really good things. But I was kind of trying to think of something that was kind of funny. And I have two favorite stories that come to mind that are fairly recent. Um, First of all, involves our good friend Frank and a trip to Chick-fil-A. So Wendy and I decide that we're going to go get dinner at Chick-fil-A. And I want to take my dog because I don't want to leave Frank home by himself. And he's barking at Wendy nonstop, just like barking and barking. And finally, we go get in the car, and Frank sits in the front seat. And Wendy's like, I'm not gonna like fight with Frank. I will sit in the back seat. Just let him sit wherever he wants, and let's just go get our Chick-fil-A. So Wendy gets in the back seat, and Frank is sitting in the front seat, and I'm driving to Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, I can't tell where to go. I'm not quite sure what to do. And we're kind of laughing about it because we're like, oh man, our kids would be giving us such a hard time with Wendy in the back seat and the dog in the front seat, and we don't know how to go through the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A. And we finally get up there, and I'm ordering, and I'm asking the guy all the stupid questions, just like, so could I get a salad with the nuggets on it? But I want the grilled nuggets, and I don't want this and that. And this poor guy is just looking at me like, okay, you're weird. Like, you're just in this car with the dog in the front seat and some lady just sitting quietly in the back seat. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Frank just decides to like lunge across the seat, lunge across me, and try to attack the guy out of the window. And I had kind of forgotten he was there, and Wendy had kind of forgotten he was there. And the poor guy, like jumps back, and he's like, oh, that scared me. And I was screaming, oh my God, Frank, you scared me. As I just picked him up and I chucked him in the back seat. And so he lands on Wendy, and he's been just growling at her and fighting with her all night. And she grabs him and like holds him back like he's this killer dog, And we're like, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he's just like, yeah, okay. Well, you guys please just like move on through the line. Just please get out of the line, please. So anyway, we start laughing. And of course, we just can't stop laughing. We just are laughing the whole time, laughing the whole way there to pay for our food the whole way home till we got home about Frank the killer dog in Chick-fil-A, and just like how embarrassed our children would have been for us if they had been there to see what we did. Okay, but that's not even the best story. The very best story, I think, ever is I decide I want to go to Disney World. And so I invite Wendy to go with me. And we make this trek, and we go to Florida, and we get these like special little Disney World watches that you can wear, and you use them to like click into your room and click into your rides, and they use some kind of Bluetooth technology, and they get you everywhere that you need to go and keep you on time for your rides and everything. And it's really cool. We've never seen this technology, and we're like, this is really neat. Wow, like Disney World is super cool. There's all these neat upgrades. And anyways, so Wendy and we get in line, and I believe we're on the rock and roll roller coaster, and like Aerosmith is like just going in the background, and there's this great big giant guitar, and you get in the line, and you're kind of going through like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, while you're walking through the line until you get to the ride. And there's like an electronic I don't know, display that comes up, and it's like, amazing rock and roll show coming tonight. Christy Baker wows the crowd. And I'm like, oh, hey, look, Wendy, look at that. Look, it says Christy Baker. It says my name, Christy Baker. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. That is such a coincidence. That's crazy. I'm like, I know, I can't believe that. We're like, whatever. So we just keep talking like we do. And we go a little farther. And then like another one comes up and it's like, Wendy and Christy steal the spotlight in New Orleans. And we're like, Wendy and Christy? I can't believe it. Can you believe they have a Wendy and Christy that are playing in this rock and roll thing? And then so we're like just amazed by this coincidence. And we're saying to the people behind us, we're like, my name is Christy and her name is Wendy. Can you believe that? Like it says Wendy and Christy and my name is Christy and her name is Wendy. We feel like this is crazy. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, guys. We're like, wow. So then we go a little bit farther. We see one that's like Christy Baker from Provo, Utah, and Wendy from Alpine or something. And it gets really specific. And at that moment in time, we're like, oh, it's the watches. It's like, it's the Bluetooth thing. It's like, yeah, they're marketing to us. And we're so stupid. And we didn't know. And we were like, oh my gosh. Because we kept like telling the people around us, there's a person here named Wendy and Christy too. And we're named Wendy and Christy. And the people are just like, oh, you sad. You sad old people. You sad old people. And so, of course, we laughed for a really, really long time. And just thinking about it again makes me laugh again. So anyway, I hope that brings back some good memories. And yeah, I love you. Merry Christmas. I have about 1 million more, but those two are pretty recent and they're pretty good. Okay, bye then.